Hello, my name's Lisa. It's going to be a nice, lovely day today, hot and sunny. At the moment, it's a bit overcast and drizzly. Because we're so near the water, we get a fair bit of sea mist. And sometimes it can be very dank in the morning. This is the hanky-panky rose that died a death and then threw some bud up. And we had some lovely flowers. There we go, another bud. So that's healthy. I think we're going to keep him in a pot. I think he's going to be a pot rose. I've had a bit of a snip around. Can't do much because everything's gone crispy. You know, that sort of autumnal crispiness. Lovely. Got plenty of flower on everything. The bindweed's gone completely rampant, but we'll leave it. I'm just pulling it off here and there. It's like got plenty of flower on it, but it's got like crispy, horrible bits as well. We're at that time of year. A little bit disappointed in the white lobelia. I think because it was so hot, instead of these sort of falling off and going, they've stayed on the plant, so it looks ratty. And it's I shan't do white next year. I do love a white one, but I don't like the rattiness of it. These are still going beautiful, the anemones. Again, look a bit raggedy, but gorgeous. We've got a hollyhock. Go on, hollyhock. It's now, what, 10 foot high. Lovely. And we didn't do very well with our sunflowers this year, not at all. And when they did flower, they only flowered for about a week. And this pathetic example of a creature is supposed to be a little, well, it is a little low sunflower, but honestly, why bother with it? So I've not bothered watering them. I've got water with the watering can now because we're in drought, aren't we? You know, in the winter we're flooded, and in the summer we're drought. I really think the water people ought to get their act together. That's me with my protest. Look at that, was just spurred. That's a mother-in-law's one that we rescued / stole, and that's her, because I couldn't fit all of the geraniums in together. So this is the red one, and I've just cut a load off of this. I've just done a little bit of gentle gardening. Can't do much this time of year. It's just taking the odd crispy bits away. See, the bindweed is through everything, but it's quite sweet in its own way. Oh, I'm twiddling you round a bit, sorry. Twiddling you round a bit too much. It won't be pleasant viewing, will it? Got a bit of sciatica still. Oh, I'm a bit moany, aren't I? Right, stop being moany. I'm a bit moany. I've been doing more gardening than I've done the whole way through. Look at that. See, this was hidden under the other yellow petunia. It was completely hidden. So what was it, 2 weeks ago I worked it out, and the little bidens, I worked it out and planted it there. And it said, thank you very much. Blooming now. Now I'm having to water with a watering can because we're in hose pipe ban now. That's okay. It's a tiny garden. This looks gorgeous from the house, but it looks a bit sad close up. But from the house you wouldn't know. This poor fuchsia didn't do anything this year, so I've cut it right back and it's come back glossy. This is next door's plums. Look, there's their plum tree. And little grandson comes round here and he goes, oh, and he picks them up and gives them to me. I must admit, he picked one up and went, ugh. And I thought, there, yes. He's not, I bought him some slime because I thought he'd like that. He was revolted by it. So he doesn't like slimy things. So that's a good old strong one, that one, isn't it? I thought that was a Nigella. Sorry, I'll put that down. I thought that was a Nigella, but that looks a bit stronger than a Nigella, doesn't it? We'll have to see. So he is revolted by by slimy things. He's taken to sticking things in his ear. His eardrum burst because he keeps sticking things in it. And I've caught him sticking cheese in his ear. Honestly. And he put Play-Doh down his nappy. Oh, you forget, don't you? You forget what little perverts they are. He learnt some back because I've not been well, but I've still had him. So my tolerance level for his shenanigans was quite low. So he learnt some new swear words. Saved him, but just swear at him. So, oh, he's just full on. This is lovely. See where it's all come up in the, obviously where I water, that it runs to here and it gets a nice little bit of watering. So all of these have popped up. And it is quite sweet because they're head height for little man. So he comes in, he sort of bats through them like he's batting through a jungle. It's quite fun. There's something down here I wanted to show you. This, I was sat here with him on the seat and I'm looking at my plants and going, oh, isn't everything beautiful? And then my eye cast over and I went, what's that? That's my finger. Why? What's that? In my view, why is there orange there? I don't remember orange. And I looked over, bless it, this is a little Bidens from last year. Obviously this was over where the Bidens was. It set seed, you little darling. So it's come through the winter outside and it's flowering. How absolutely wonderful. Oh, I do love plants when they do that. Go this way. No washing today. Oh, can I even get it in? Look at that. Look at all of that beautiful colour. Oh, I do hope I can keep these over. Won't it be wonderful if I can bring them out again next year? I will try. Oh, Sir's gone. He was a bit annoyed because Mummy set up camp next to him. He weren't impressed with that at all. Second flush of these. Hello, little pea. Second flush of these beautiful antirinhums. These ones are on their third flush. This little diacia has not stopped flowered. The two red ones I had flowered and then just died the death, and I've chopped them back and they have come back a bit. This has not stopped. That has had flower on it since we bought it in what, late April. Incredible. What's he doing? Oh, he might attack me in a minute. He's in a bit of a mood today. Daddy's gone to London and I think he knows I'm on my own. So he's a little bit, he had me up until midnight because he wouldn't come in and I can't shut the door. He just sat just outside the door. Ain't you, darling? Do you remember I bought from the florist a pound verbena, the chuck outs? They didn't have any flower on them, just bud. That's one. Look at that. So that's lovely for £1, isn't it? Let me show you the other one. I've moved it to here because it wasn't doing as well. Look, one is a deep red. So I've got red with a white centre. This one is fully red. And that one had like a couple of little purpley, but it might be purple. And then I've got that one over there. See, that's all I've taken out of the garden. Just done a little bit. And that's another red. Sort of tomatoey red. Isn't they lovely? So hopefully I can keep them. The asters, although they're a weed in a bind, they are glorious, aren't they? They just fill that gap. When you consider I was ripping it out of the poulder in handfuls, still a lot of it left. It's so pretty. And if I slowly take your grandson, look, isn't that adorable? Although he chalked my window. That's when he found that me mum can say no sometimes. He chalked my window and looked round at me with a sour little face. I said, get off my windows. And then he chalked the chair. I went, you can do that. Then he chalked the floor, and each time he looked around me with a little stern, little flat face. I said, you could do that. I'm not bothered with that. And he touched my window. I went, don't go near my window. Got to learn, hasn't he? See, Meanwhile does say no sometimes. Little bee, can I catch him? There we go, little bee. I got up at 5, half past. The bees are in the garden. Oh, I'm going to lose him. Then we just got stems. I told you this had come out all in one big burst, and it has. Normally it drips all year, but it's come out in one big burst, and most of it's on the floor. Tell you what else has done a little drip this year. You see that? Let me take you round to here. Still got a funny old lopping gait, and but it is better. Oh, look at the filth. Filth. This is the, bring it down here. This is the clotted cream jasmine. I've had it 20 years. It was 99p bargain offer with the magazine that come through, or Thompson and Morgan or whatever. And I had it by the door, and by the back door, and it didn't work. And I've moved it around a few times. And then I planted it here and went, well, if you don't live, that's it, I'll lock you out. And it's obviously happy here because it does that. But it must be cut back because it can get a little bit overexcited. But they only flower, don't they, on old stems. So you do lose a bit of flower when you do that. Oh, it's starting to rain a bit proper now. But the scent, white jasmine has got that clean, soapy scent. This is quite a heavy, like a clotted scent. Clotted cream, it's got a sort of clotted, heavy scent. And one year we didn't cut it back, and it was huge. And the whole thing, look, I will show you, look. I will show you my warts and all. This is my warts. That's my warts. That's got to be done, isn't it? Shame on you. I've not been well, have I? Can't do it all. Can't do everything. I expect to do everything, but I can't. So that, yeah, we didn't cut it back, and it was a mound of yellow. It was absolutely extraordinary. However, for 3 weeks we couldn't go out in the garden. The scent was so strong, so overpowering. You walked out in the garden and your eyes started to water and you started coughing. This is this bumblebee. Such a doer bumblebee. Or Sergeant Bumble or something it's called. So you couldn't come out. So for like 3 weeks we were stuck indoors. You'd come out into the garden because I had to feed the hens. I'd literally come out holding my breath, coughing and spluttering. It's too small a garden for that amount of scent. And the tree gorgeous. Far too much for that amount of scent. So what we do now is we cut it back deliberately to slow it down. So we get, nasturtiums didn't do much this year. Normally the garden's full of nasturtiums. Again, it's the heat, isn't it? It came at the wrong time. So it's just that, like a little pom-pom. But if you imagine it was like this, right the way round, couldn't get through. Oh, it was horrible. So we don't do that now. We make sure we chop it right back. And instead of getting that intense 3 weeks where we're coughing and spluttering, it does that all summer from May through to September. Little tiny bits. And I'm telling you now, in the evening I sit in my room with the doors open, and the scent is incredible just from those little bits. Beautiful. Clotted cream jasmine. This is a little slow burn. We got in with a voucher, the Otter Nursery down at Lymington. Oh, my throat is still sore. Down at Lymington sends a little magazine through. You can get it online as well, and there's little vouchers in there. And I think, was that March? I think it was £2 instead of £2. A little fuchsia. It's only about that big, so you have to keep it indoors. for a bit and then sort of eke it out. It is a slow old burn, but it's good fun. I've had one flower off it, look, one. But it's dripping with flower now. Over in my little shady bit. I like this bit. Those perennial foxglove are still gorgeous, still got bud on. I like them, that's a good thing we've got now. Right, that's a little quick overview, isn't it? Fuchsias are not as splendid this year as they have been. But like I say, we had all that heat first thing in the year and I think it took it out of them a little bit. So the garden's still got plenty of colour. My little cutouts, my little bucket. Plenty of colour. Lots to enjoy. And now I'm able to actually get out and do a bit of gardening. I can keep on top of it a bit more, which gives a lot more pleasure. Right, I shall love you and leave you. And I will catch you. There's a bit of a hole just there. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, how dreadful. Well, I'll have to just be. I'll turn it like that so you can't see it. How dreadful. I will love you and leave you. See you in the next video. Bye.